There's someone out there that needs to hear your story from you. For all of my brothers and sisters in sobriety and everybody who is working to grow, working towards a goal, towards a purpose, right? One thing you want to remember is whatever struggles you've been through, all right? So in our case, it's sobriety. Whatever struggles you've been through, wherever you've come from, whether it's a weight loss journey for sobriety, for us, it's sobriety, whatever it is, remember, you have a story that's powerful, and you have a story that is specifically designed to help another person. So if nothing else, you can deliver that story by being unapologetic about your struggle, unapologetic about the road to your recovery. You know, I'm always talking about, and the title of my show that I do on Clubhouse every Wednesday is Recovering Loudly, right? And it comes from the quote that says, we recover loudly so we can help keep others from dying quietly. And that's what this commentary is about today. It's about the fact that you have a story that somebody needs to hear. So definitely take the time to share it, right? You don't necessarily have to go around, shoving your story down everybody's throats, but I promise you, the more you stay on track with your sobriety, right? The more you stay on track in your recovery, you're going to attract people who need to hear your story. And when that day comes, and it will come, and you will know it'll come because you'll be a little nervous, especially if you've never shared your story, right? You're going to need to tell that story because somebody needs to hear it from you. And that story can be the difference between them getting on the right direction and just getting that push that they need in order to seek the help that they need and, becoming, turning inward and never, and continuing to suffer in their addiction. Now, just as I've said before, when you go into your path of sobriety, don't break your neck to try to convert the world to your way of thinking, right? This is not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about sharing your story. I'm talking about you letting your testimony be an example that can motivate others. Now, whether they are motivated or not, whether they do something with it is their business. But there's somebody out there that can benefit from your story. There's somebody out there that you probably are not going to even know. They're going to be listening and they're going to be within earshot and you'll never know they exist and you may never meet them. But for them, you tell your story and they need to hear it from you. Okay. Because, I'm an alcoholic, as a male alcoholic that's in recovery, that is no longer drinking, right? 10 years plus. I can tell a story that maybe another brother can relate to, right? Because I may look like him, we may have similar experiences. But for the women that are struggling with alcoholism, it may benefit them to hear a story from another woman, right? And what they have to go through, because they're going to have unique experiences that are unique to them, experiences that are unique to them, right? And that may be the thing the catalyst that helps another young lady that's suffering in addiction get on that path and be motivated to understand that, hey, there are others that have overcome this, that look just like me, that live the same lives as me, right? And now they can be motivated to move forward. So never be scared to share your story. Disclosure. Giving a testimony. One thing that I'm excited about seeing on Facebook a lot is in these fitness groups, you have people who may not have the most desirable bodies at the moment, right? Sharing pictures of their body, sharing pictures of their transformation. They're not just putting up, those who do, end up improving their bodies. They're not just putting up their after pictures, but they're also putting up their before pictures. Right. And then when you read the captions, they're telling their story. Hey, I grew up in a food desert where there wasn't a real supermarket that sold organic food for miles. I didn't have a lot of money to go to, these health food stores and pay these exorbitant prices for organic, healthy food, which is just ridiculous. Right. But I managed through that. I managed to come up with a weight loss plan that has got me to this point, right? And here's my before picture. That is a beautiful thing. That is somebody telling their story, their individual story, right? To help motivate others. And when you go into these fitness groups and you see the comments, you'll always see people who say, "Oh, wow, how did you do that? I'm from over there too." Or, "Yeah, I had 3 children too, and I'm trying to get rid of the baby fat," right? Just like you. How did you do it? And these people become motivated because they see people like them telling those stories of overcoming obstacles. So your story is valuable, which is what I ultimately want you to remember. Your story is valuable, it's powerful, it's meaningful, and if you choose it to be, when you tell it, it can have the potential to be impactful for other people in their lives. And it's ultimately why I do what I do here at Sobriety in Black. I wanted to create an area where our folks could come together, right, and discuss these, recovery and the struggles that go to, getting sober, and in recovery from people that look like me. I'm gonna be honest, because I didn't see a lot of that online. Now, from starting what I've started now, I've met some great brothers and sisters that are also and have also gone through this transition, and it's just that ever more inspiring. And I've noticed that it's increased a lot, especially since now that I've known more about it. I've noticed that these stories are out there because I saw them, and so now it's about pushing that motivating message forward and letting other people know that we're here, it can be done, and you should be inspired, all right? So inspire somebody. Tell your story, all right? Be unapologetic about it. Like I always say, I'm unapologetically alcohol-free, and I'm forever going to recover loudly so I can help keep others from dying quietly, all right? So make sure you tell your story, because there's somebody out there that needs to hear your story from you, all right? Hope that pours into you. Hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, peace.